Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? And now, in the heavyweight division, a lot of things happening in that weight class these days. But as far as the heavyweight division goes, and boxing in general goes, you guys haven't heard Eddie Hearn. Shout out to Eddie Hearn. Thank you, Eddie Hearn. But, in my opinion, the best promoter in boxing right now. He's stated on many occasions that probably sometime this year, he's going to plan to, have Matchroom boxing branched into the American boxing market. And he said that one of the first cards, probably one of the first main events on his Matchroom card in the USA, is purportedly he's looking at a matchup between Louis King Kong Ortiz, who he just recently signed, and Jarrell Big Baby Miller. Now, this is, in my opinion, as far as, and Mr. Boxing Today did say this, so shout out to him, but as far as guys who don't have titles, this is probably the best non-title fight you can make in the heavyweight division right now. Two big punchers, two guys that are incredibly, at this point in their careers, high risk, low reward type of fighters, so naturally the guys are avoiding Miller and Luis Ortiz. Now, stylistically, coming into a fight like this, you would be led to believe that Ortiz does have the advantage because of the amateur experience, and just the fact that he's the more experienced guy and the more technically sound fighter. But one thing that Jarrell does have going for him, if that fight were to ever take place, is that Ortiz has not fought pretty much anybody who can match his strength. Like pound for pound, strength wise, can get in there and muscle him. There's not been an opponent like that in the ring for Luis Ortiz, so I think that's what makes the fight interesting. You also have the fact that Jarrell Miller has unreal power. I mean, I've seen him in the gym. I've seen him in his fights. The way he is in his fights and the way he's in the gym are two different things. In his fights, I know he's not showing a lot, and I know that if he's able to go in there against Ortiz and show the boxing world a lot of what I've seen in the gym. So it'd be a good fight. But anyway, I'm rambling. I want to get to the quotes from Eddie Hearn. Here's what he had to say about his first Matchroom boxing card in the States and putting Luis Ortiz in the ring with Jarrell Miller as his first main event here in the States. He said, I quote, "That's a fight we're looking to make in America, and I think there's a very good chance you will see that fight in April. I think it's a great fight between two very highly ranked and unbeaten fighters. Jarrell Miller loves to talk, and it's a fight we'd love to make. I would like to do my own card in America. That would be the headline fight, and that's what we are working towards. Ortiz is mandatory for the WBA, and while they're both highly ranked by the IBF, Miller is highly ranked with the WBO. Ortiz is highly ranked by the WBC, so it's a big fight in the heavyweight division. What I like about it is that normally two guys would avoid dangerous fights to get to the top, but now they're saying, you know what? Why wait? Let's fight and find out. That's great for boxing." So I'm with Eddie Hearn, man. This is a guy, Eddie Hearn. He just gets it, man. He's like there's few people in boxing who just get like which fight to put together. And if you're coming to America, this is the exact kind of fight you want to put as your headlining fight on a card, because the heavyweight division is on the rise. You have Luis Ortiz, big puncher. Jarrell Miller, big puncher. I could see this fight taking place somewhere like the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, which has been a very great venue for boxing, and Jarrell Miller is from the Brooklyn area, so naturally you'd be led to believe that they could sell a good amount of tickets for that fight. Now, like you said, those guys are very highly ranked in all the sanctioning bodies, so there would be a lot on the line. Jarrell Miller, if he beats Luis Ortiz, he's going to move up the rankings and find himself in a good position for some fights. Maybe Joseph Parker, maybe Anthony Joshua. We don't know, but this is a fight I want to see. I was with Jarrell Miller. I spent about, I'm going to say, an hour with him at the Aries Landy Lara fight, just chilling, walking around with him. Me and him are cool. He was telling me, pretty much that this is a fight he really, really wants. I even said it on camera on one of our little clips that we shot. So hopefully it happens. I'm all for it. My thing is, for Luis Ortiz, and not even just Luis Ortiz, Jarrell Miller as well. Boxing's in a state right now where drug testing and the PED epidemic is crazy. So my thing is, if they do fight, it's not a WBC title fight. So what kind of drug testing would be used? Because Luis Ortiz in the past has tested positive for anabolic steroids, and he's been pretty much clean since then. So, that's always something I think about. And I'm going on and on because this is a fight I really, really want to see in the heavyweight division. I think the world of both these guys. I think Ortiz is a very skilled heavyweight. I think Jarrell Miller hasn't got the opportunities to fight a lot of these guys because he's just not in that position right now. But this would be a good chance for him. We saw Jarrell Miller in his last fight against Fred Cassie, who are good, tough heavyweight journeyman, who's fought names that we know, and he blasted Cassie out of there better than any. He pretty much beat Fred Cassie more convincingly than any other top level heavyweight that's fought him has. So I think that says a lot about Jarrell Miller. I know he's been getting good sparring here in South Florida. He sparred. I'm pretty sure he sparred Trevor Bryan. He's been sparring. I don't know if he's working Derek Rossi, but I know they're in the gym. And he's surrounded by a lot of good people here at the Heavyweight Factory. So as long as he keeps his weight down, as long as he's focused, as long as he is the best, most disciplined version of himself on fight night, I think that Luis Ortiz fight is a very winnable fight for him. Because, like I said, Luis Ortiz is a good fighter, but go back and watch the Brian Jennings fight. Ortiz scored an early knockdown on Jennings, and that was a fight where Ortiz in the middle to later round was having some problems once Jennings got in his chest, and Jennings is older than Jarrell Miller by like 3 years and not as big. So I think the youth factor would play a major role in that fight. And I don't know, it's just an interesting matchup, and hopefully Eddie Hearn does what he does best, which is put together amazing fight cards. And I would love for him to just come to America and start putting on amazing events because Al Haymond's been doing a great job, but I think it does more for the competition of boxing, even from the promotional side of things, like Al Haymon, Eddie Hearn putting on cards, seeing who could put on the bigger events, and I think the fans went out on that. So, and it's good for the sport overall. So hopefully he comes to the States, and I actually want to talk to Eddie Hearn again. So I hope that happens. But that's the news. I've been rambling. Luis Ortiz, Jarrell Miller, rumored to be the main event for Eddie Hearn's first Matchroom boxing card here in America. Let me know what you guys think about that fight for the main event. What chance do you give Jarrell Miller against Luis Ortiz, who many believe it to be the most skilled heavyweight on the planet? Let me know in the comments down below. Take the time to subscribe, and you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dang It. So until next time, take care, guys.